Well, honestly, I really enjoyed my time working with you
Oh,
guys. Just overall really grateful for this experience and wish you guys the best.
That happened because I forgot that it was a transactional relationship. They didn't owe me anything beyond my pay, and I agreed to that.
They want us to give us a 2-week notice, but yet can just fire us and ruin our lives on the spot any day that they choose. I have a 2-year-old son, no savings, which is my fault.
hey guys, welcome back to Get It Out. Now today I have another video for Men's Only. It's titled "Leftover Boss Women Are Getting Fired by More and More Companies." Let's get right into this.
Just got fired for the first time, and this is them. I can't show them.
Fellas, welcome to today's video. Leftover boss women are getting fired by more and more companies. Here's why. We delve into the challenges confronting professional women in the workplace. Stay tuned to explore the factors contributing to this trend. If you find this topic intriguing, consider subscribing and enabling notifications to stay updated with our latest insights. Let's jump right in.
Guys, I just got fired, basically. It's a long story. I've been working here for 8 weeks in this company, and I got fired.
What did you do?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I actually don't even know what to say right now.
Let's break it down straight. She might have failed her probation period. That's a crucial time when employers evaluate whether she's a good fit for the role. If she didn't meet expectations during probation, it's on her to show she's taking steps to improve. But let's be real here. If she's competent, why didn't she prove herself? During probation, it's make or break. She needs to demonstrate she can handle the job, show initiative, and deliver results. If she didn't step up, that's on her. Employers aren't just going to hand out chances forever. They expect results from day one. Look, if she's blaming the company or her colleagues, she's missing the point. It's about her performance. If she didn't adapt, didn't learn fast enough, or didn't fit into the team dynamic, that's her issue to fix. Employers want people who can hit the ground running, not make excuses. She needs to take a hard look in the mirror. Maybe she didn't take feedback well, or maybe she didn't ask for help when she needed it. That's not on the company, that's on her. In a competitive world, you've got to show you can handle the heat. So, before pointing fingers or feeling sorry for herself, she needs to own up to her shortcomings. If she failed probation, it's because she didn't prove she could do the job. It's time to stop blaming others and start focusing on what she can control, her own performance and attitude. If she wants to succeed in the future, she needs to learn from this experience. Improve her skills, show resilience, and demonstrate she's capable of stepping up to the plate. That's how you grow in your career, by taking responsibility and showing your worth investing in. So, to all the ladies out there facing a similar situation, take this as a lesson. Don't let pride or excuses get in the way. Own your mistakes, learn from them, and come back stronger. That's how you turn a setback into a comeback.
I got fired from a job that I burned myself out for.
Well, and also too, why women struggle with that is because a lot of women aren't accountable. Like she got fired, she needs to reevaluate what happened and say, but she can't. They can't look at themselves. Like me, I could look at myself and say, okay, you know what I did wrong? Oh, I think that time I did this. I can reflect on it. May not be as easy for her.
And my biggest fear was getting fired. I was doing everything to avoid the exact thing that happened because I forgot that it was a transactional relationship. They didn't owe me anything beyond my pay, and I agreed to that. Yet somehow I lost sight of that along the way. They didn't say, hey, we guarantee you a job if you become an unrecognizable version of yourself and good sleep and exercise and think about work 24/7. They didn't promise me a forever if I put work above relationships. I wasn't required to miss out on the moments that matter most in my life to secure a spot at the company. They didn't have to keep me. They never did. I was so mad, like, how could they have done this to me after I've done so much for them? But the joke was on me. I thought that if I gave 110% every single day of my life that they should too, but that just was never a part of the agreement. Are you losing yourself to a job that'll never give you half the amount that you're giving them? Because that sounds like a pretty.
Mm.
Here's the deal. There are always multiple sides to every story. Hers, the company's, and the coworkers. But what strikes me is how some women turn to platforms like TikTok or other social media to play the victim when things don't go their way at work. If she's blindsided by her firing, she needs to look in the mirror because she's likely part of the problem. Let's break it down. Did you hear her lamenting about how she gave 110% to the company, and how could they just let her go after all she's done? That right there reeks of entitlement at its peak. She seems to believe she deserves special treatment from the company, forgetting that she's not the owner or the CEO. The company owes her nothing more than her paycheck. From my perspective, and judging by what she said, it's possible the company saw a change in her attitude and behavior. Maybe she started overshadowing others,
Mhm.
thinking she's indispensable because of her contributions. But here's the kicker. Instead of owning up to her actions and taking accountability, she's playing the victim. And guess what? Companies don't take kindly to employees who refuse to acknowledge their own shortcomings. So, when they handed her the pink slip, it probably wasn't just a snap decision. It's likely the result of a pattern where she failed to see that her attitude and behavior were becoming problematic. In any workplace, teamwork and humility are crucial. No matter how much you give to a company, it's about how you contribute positively to the team and uphold the values and standards of the organization. Ultimately, her story serves as a cautionary tale. It's a reminder that in the workplace, entitlement and a lack of accountability can lead to consequences. Rather than seeking sympathy on social media, perhaps it's time for some self-reflection and growth. After all, learning from mistakes and striving to be a better team player is what truly builds a successful career, not playing the victim when things don't go as expected.
I busted my ass and I was just laid off. These companies do not care about us. They want us to give us a 2-week notice, but yet can just fire us and ruin our lives on the spot any day that they choose. I have a 2-year-old son, no savings, which is my fault, and it doesn't matter. So now I have to go back on the job hunt, and I have to get a work from home job because I have a 2-year-old that I have to take care of. Can't afford daycare. Rent is $2,500 where I live. Now I got to find out how to pay off my lease early because there's
Whoa.
no way that we could afford to live here. I don't even have a computer. They just locked me out of my computer. You know, I really thought that the culture at my job was great, the best that it's ever been. And for them to just lay me off, not even based off of performance, because my manager just shouted me out today, saying I'm doing a great job, and then fired me.
Let's dive into the reality of how companies operate. From the very foundation, businesses are created with a singular goal: to maximize shareholder returns. This isn't just a casual notion. It's a fundamental principle taught in every business school. So, where did she get the idea that a company cares about its employees beyond their ability to contribute to that bottom line? Here's the truth. A job is exactly that, a job. It's not your friend. It's not your family. It's a contractual agreement where you exchange your time and skills for compensation. If she perceives it any differently, she's only fooling herself. Companies aren't in the business of nurturing personal relationships or catering to individual whims. They're structured to operate efficiently and profitably. If she's just now realizing this after years in the workforce, it's a bit late to the game. The exploitation of the American workforce has been a historical reality for over a century. Businesses operate within legal and ethical boundaries to maximize profit, not to fulfill personal expectations of loyalty or fairness. Let's address her perspective. If she's gone on social media lamenting how the company owed her special treatment or loyalty because of her dedication, she's missed the mark entirely. Dedication is commendable, but it doesn't exempt anyone from accountability or shield them from the consequences of their actions. Perhaps she overstepped by assuming her contributions entitled her to preferential treatment. Maybe she neglected to adapt to changes in company priorities or dynamics. Whatever the case, failing to align with the company's goals and values can lead to being sidelined or let go. It's not about blaming the company for making business decisions. It's about understanding the reality of the employer-employee relationship and managing expectations accordingly. Instead of playing the victim, she might benefit from reflecting on how she can improve her professional approach, adaptability, and understanding of corporate dynamics. In the end, the wake-up call should be a lesson learned. In the corporate world, success and longevity come from aligning with business objectives, not expecting favors or special treatment. It's about thriving in a competitive environment by continuously adding value, fostering teamwork, and embracing accountability.
My boss of 2.5 years just
Now, when you're working at these jobs, some attachment goes into it. You're attached because they're paying you. So when you let go, you feel like, what did I do wrong? Especially if you're going all out. But I'll tell you this, you have to look towards outside. What I mean by that, extra streams of income. And unfortunately, a lot of women don't think this way. They don't think, okay, what else can I do to make sure I have something to fall back on? Because there's always going to be a rainy day. You know, you get caught up in spending your money from check to check, and you end up living check to check because you're spending all your checks. And then you get caught up because then one day you get fired. Then that's when the emotions come. I bet if she would have had her year's savings or had an emergency fund, and her emergency fund was like 8 months to a year, she would leave out with a smile, with her head held high, thinking, I have something to fall back on at least. But that's the thing. When you have nothing to fall back on, this is what release the emotions.
told me I'm fired. She told me not to come back. I'm leaving. I'm getting my stuff.
That's not what I
What'd you
said.
say then, Becky? What'd
I
you say?
said we can't take shots on our lunch break.
Same thing. Same thing.
Let's delve deeper into this scenario.
Damn.
Why is it so difficult for some women to follow basic work instructions? It's not rocket science, after all. When Becky, the manager, clearly articulates that we can't take shots on our lunch breaks, it's a straightforward rule that applies uniformly to everyone in the workplace. However, instead of acknowledging and adhering to this simple directive, she exhibits a troubling attitude. It seems as though she perceives herself as exempt from these rules, as if she operates in a world where her actions don't have consequences. Work ethics are fundamental to any organization's functioning. They establish a framework of fairness, respect, and professionalism that every employee is expected to uphold. By disregarding these principles, she not only undermines Becky's authority, but also disrupts the harmony and efficiency of the entire team. Becky's statement, "We can't take shots on our lunch breaks," was not arbitrary. It was a necessary reminder to maintain workplace standards and decorum. Yet, rather than respecting this boundary, she chooses to challenge it, displaying a lack of consideration for her colleagues' well-being and the organization's reputation. This behavior reflects a broader issue of entitlement and disregard for workplace norms. When an employee adopts a mindset that they are above the rules, it creates friction and resentment among coworkers who are diligently adhering to guidelines. Moreover, her defiance of basic instructions suggests a deeper issue with accountability and responsibility. In any professional setting, accountability is key to fostering trust and collaboration. When an employee fails to accept accountability for their actions, it erodes trust and damages team morale. In the end, her inability or unwillingness to follow straightforward work instructions not only reflects poorly on her professionalism, but also poses a challenge to the cohesive functioning of the workplace. Until she recognizes the importance of respecting workplace rules and contributing positively to the team, her behavior will continue to hinder productivity and create unnecessary tension. It's imperative for her to reflect on her actions and understand that adherence to work ethics is non-negotiable in any professional environment.
So last night at like 10 o'clock,
Now that's crazy. The girl's getting drunk because she's taking shots on a lunch break. That means 1 shot, 2 shot. Some people about 2 shot, the 3rd shot, you're there. So she's getting there, probably at her desk. I wouldn't doubt it. And that's contributing to the extra weight on her face. And that's exactly why I'm sure she's overweight. But that's neither here nor there. What are you thinking? That's your supervisor. You don't take shots with your supervisor or in front of anyone. Or she may have smelled her and said, you know, you smell like alcohol. I took shots during my lunch break. Get out of here. You're fired.
I got a calendar invite from the COO of my company with just me, the CEO, and him copied on it. So a 3-person meeting. I have no idea what this is about. My first suspicion is that I'm getting fired. I don't know, but I haven't had
knocking on
any
the door.
warnings before about my performance or anything. So it's just really odd to get a calendar invite out of the blue from the CEO and COO
They're gonna let you go,
for the following morning.
and they're knocking on
I'm
the door.
about to join the Zoom meeting.
Oh,
and
they're not
I'm
knocking
gonna
on the door.
film.
Someone else.
Joining. And it's only 15 minutes long. Hello.
Hey, Grace.
Hi. How are you guys? Gotcha. Well, honestly, I really enjoyed my time working with you guys. You all have been awesome to work with, I think, the past 9 months. Yeah, just overall really grateful for this experience and wish you guys the best. Thank you guys.
Just respectful.
Guess I'm a full-time influencer now.
So, she's been working at this company for a while now. She's confident in her abilities, thinks she's doing a great job, but then one day, bam, she gets the news that she's being let go. Cue the shock and disbelief. She starts questioning everything, wondering where she went wrong. Here's the reality. She might be quick to blame her performance, but let's be honest. Maybe she was always late to work or didn't meet deadlines consistently, spending more time gossiping with colleagues than actually working, and constantly being on social media. These are all red flags that can impact job performance and ultimately lead to being fired. But does she acknowledge this? No. Instead, she chooses to play the victim. Let's dig deeper. Sometimes it's about attitude and mindset. If she had a negative attitude at work, if she didn't collaborate well with her team, or if she didn't take initiative when needed, these could all contribute to her getting the boot. It's not just about showing up and doing the bare minimum. It's about how you show up. And then there's the issue of skills and qualifications. In today's competitive job market, companies are looking for top-notch talent. If she didn't keep her skills updated, or if she didn't bring new ideas to the table, her employer might have seen her as replaceable. But did she bother to stay relevant? Probably not. Accountability is another big one. It's easy to blame external factors or even the company itself, but sometimes it comes down to personal responsibility. If she didn't take ownership of her mistakes, or if she didn't learn from past errors, it could have led to her downfall. But is she owning up to that? Doubtful. Let's face it, she probably didn't adapt to changes in the company or didn't communicate effectively with her superiors. These are all factors that can impact job security. But instead of reflecting on her own actions, she's likely pointing fingers elsewhere. So, what's the takeaway here? It's important for her, and anyone in a similar situation, to self-reflect and learn from this experience. Instead of blaming others or dwelling on what went wrong, she should focus on improving herself professionally. Maybe it's time to update her skills, work on her communication, or even consider a career change if necessary. Ultimately, getting fired can be a wake-up call to reassess priorities and strive for personal growth. It's about taking responsibility, learning from setbacks, and moving forward with resilience. So, if you're watching this, take this opportunity to turn things around and come back stronger than ever. You've got this.
Guys, and the sad thing with all that being said, she most likely will not take it in, reflect, then think of ways to improve. Why? When you've gotten by all of your life doing the bare minimum, a lot of times those habits, they don't die. You end up being a worker person, a worker bee, and come in the door, you're out of the door. Come in the door, you're out of the door. So if you're a woman and you're noticing that's a never-ending cycle, it's time to make some changes. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Before you go, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next video. Peace out.
You give me